Prince Harry and Meghan Markle battle on with their media audio production company, coming up with podcasts and documentaries. Someone in the senior British monarchy did it a lot better over 60 years ago. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here in the very heart of London, and as ever, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you're all right, whatever you're doing. Let's have a wave. Yes, beautifully sunny day here today. I've just found a bit of a cool spot. You know what it's like. We always moan. I know it's too warm, too cold, too wintry. Very soon I'll have that coat. And again, I love somebody wrote, Neil, you've had your wear out of that coat. It's coming back for the winter, don't you? I never throw anything away. Do you? No, it can always be used again, can't it? Shocking, aren't we? Well, we have to be in this cost of living crisis. Talking about someone who really did do a lot of good for the British film industry way back is none other than one of my favourite royals of all time, the late Duke of Edinburgh, His Royal Highness Prince Philip. You see, basically a British film had been made way back in 1955, and it had its very first royal premiere at the Empire Cinema at Leicester Square. You see, way back in 1955, this particular movie, The Cockleshell Heroes, had its royal premiere at the Empire Theatre, Leicester Square, and all was going well. Now, the late and very talented Anthony Newley, who appeared in this particular movie, shared this story with me. So, absolute fact of what happened. Now, normally, as I've told you before, in these royal premieres, they're quite stuffy events, but obviously not with the likes of Prince Philip. He stayed around afterwards for drinks with the producers and the cast. Anyway, the bottom line was, as we all know, The Cockleshell Heroes is based on a true story that happened in the Second World War. Lots of money was spent on the movie and big things were hopeful for it. However, one of his guests, Prince Philip, was none other than Louis Mountbatten. Both of them, of course, very active during the Second World War. And they pointed out to producers that, quite frankly, this was a great movie, but there were quite a few elements missing from this said story. And they began to regale said producers with this. Anthony Newley told me that he was literally standing there listening to this absolutely agog, thinking, wow, we're kind of going to be sunk now by this royal sort of unendorsement after the premiere. But no, the bosses decided actually this was a brilliant idea. They wished they'd have known this particular information before filming commenced. And consequently, they then withheld the release of the movie, went back, reshot some scenes, and inserted the story that Prince Philip and Louis Mountbatten had actually told them, which was absolutely pivotal to the story. Now, what happened next is this. What happened next was simply this. They decided, would His Royal Highness Prince Philip require any payment for this? No, absolutely not, came the reply back from Buckingham Palace. So what the producers did very quietly, without any fuss, was make a generous donation to many of Prince Philip's personal charities, which of course did well for a lot of people in those austere times of the 1950s. All done without fanfare, all done without fuss, and more importantly, benefiting so many other people. Now, there could be a lot to learn for this, could there not? And when people brought this up, according to Anthony Newley later, and said just what a hand Prince Philip had in this final storytelling, he said, oh no, we were just sharing literally our memories. It was very kind of them to donate so much money to the charities. Everybody benefited in the end. What a nice guy. What a wonderful story. And don't we miss the talented Anthony Newley. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.